Did you know that the majority of US government data breaches occur in city administration offices?
Happening.
No, this is the first I've heard of it.
These breaches are followed closely by incidents in county offices and law enforcement agencies. In April 2024, the Illinois Secretary of State's office experienced a data breach.
NBC5 Responds is looking into several consumer headlines today, including news of a data breach at the Illinois Secretary of State's office.
The Illinois Secretary of State's office was breached due to a phishing attack. The hacker first gained access to Lake County's government computer system. While we don't yet know exactly how they did it, here's how hackers typically attack systems according to Lockheed Martin's cyber kill chain. Step 1. Reconnaissance. The attacker gathers information on the target, looking for vulnerabilities and entry points. Step 2. Weaponization. The attacker develops a weapon such as phishing email or malware. Step 3. Delivery. The attacker delivers the weapon, which can be through email or by exploiting network vulnerabilities like outdated software or misconfigured firewalls. Step 4. Exploitation. The attacker takes advantage of the vulnerabilities to access and control the target system. Step 5. Installation. The attacker installs malware on the compromised system, allowing persistent access and further actions. Step 6. Command and control. The attacker establishes communication channels to maintain control over the system. And the final step, actions and objectives. In this stage, the attacker achieves his true goals, whether it's stealing data, disrupting systems, or demanding ransom. That's likely how the cybercriminal accessed Lake County government's computer system. Once inside, they used Lake County's official email accounts to send phishing emails to the employees of the Illinois Secretary of State's office. The attack affected both employees and residents, potentially exposing names, driver's license numbers, social security numbers, and addresses. These pieces of information can be used by bad actors for various scams.
No, don't like that.
For example, with social security numbers, bad actors can file for and claim unemployment benefits in a victim's name. As I discussed in a previous video, this could even lead to IRS wrongfully taking action against the victim. Additionally, it was confirmed that the phishing attack compromised the email accounts of 2 employees of the Illinois Secretary of State's office. Cybercriminals could use these accounts to launch more phishing attacks and target even more residents in Illinois. So, the agency sent letters to 50,000 Illinois residents and offered free credit monitoring to those affected. Now, you might be wondering, how did these employees fall for this phishing email? Let me explain the process of phishing. First, cybercriminals identify their targets. They gather information from public records, data brokers, people search sites, social media, and other sources to make the phishing email more personalized and more convincing. Next, they craft the phishing email. This email usually has a message designed to evoke a sense of urgency or fear, prompting the victim to act quickly without verifying the source. In the case of the Illinois state breach, since the cybercriminal used Lake County's official email account, no threat was likely needed. Instead, the email might have contained an urgent message like, "You should log in immediately to solve this issue," leading to the collection of login credentials and access to the Illinois state systems. Phishing emails often contain malicious links or files that, if clicked, will either install malware or direct the victim to a fraudulent site designed to steal your login credentials. Once the phishing email is ready, the cybercriminal sends it out, hoping to catch someone off guard. Phishing attacks are sophisticated and be quite difficult to detect. They often appear legitimate, mimicking official correspondences from trusted sources. With cybercriminals now using AI, phishing emails have flawless grammar, which makes them even harder to spot. The use of Lake County's email combined with convincing messages and AI likely contributed to the employees at the Illinois Secretary of State's office falling for this phishing email. Now, don't assume you're safe if your data wasn't affected by this Illinois Secretary of State office breach. Cybercriminals still can target you directly. In 2022, the FBI's Internet Crime Report Center reported that Illinois was the 5th state with the highest number of cyber attack victims. There were nearly 15,000 reports, resulting in over $200 million in losses.
This is the worst.
This number is due to Illinois having a large population, heavy internet usage, and diverse economy with industries in finance, healthcare, and technology. The top attack then was business email compromise, which is similar to phishing, but primarily targets individuals or organizations handling money transfers or sensitive information. In 2023, Illinois ranked 7th in overall losses due to cybercrime, recording over $300 million in damages. And in 2024, internet crime continues to rise in Illinois. And according to Safe and Sound Security, identity theft and online scams increased by 18% in the state alone. This increase can be attributed to the growing use of internet for work, shopping, and socializing. The more people go online, the more targets there are for scammers. Overall, cybercriminals can target not only Illinois government agencies, but also its residents. So it's important to remember it's not just the Illinois government at risk. Other local and state agencies can also be targeted. Back in 2011, the Texas Comptroller's Office had a breach that affected over 3 million Texans. This breach occurred because sensitive data from various state agencies were not properly encrypted when they were sent to the Comptroller's Office. This mistake became a weak point and left the Comptroller's Office servers accessible to the public for over a year. The compromised data of Texans included names, addresses, social security numbers, birthdays, and driver's licenses. Upon discovering this breach, the Comptroller's Office blocked public access to the exposed data. Additionally, an undisclosed number of Comptroller's Office employees responsible for this mistake were unfortunately dismissed. This caused so much mess at the time that the Comptroller's Office was receiving high call volumes from angry citizens. The office had to warn people not to call 911 unless there was evidence of identity theft. The Texas Comptroller's Office sent letters to those affected, which costed the taxpayers over $1.2 million. This breach prompted a comprehensive overhaul of the state's cybersecurity policies. Another state agency that was also breached is South Carolina's Department of Revenue, or SCDOR. In 2012, a contractor with the SCDOR was tricked into clicking a malicious link in a phishing email, allowing a hacker to gain unauthorized access to over 6 million state income tax returns. The hacker collected social security numbers of 3.6 million people and nearly 400,000 credit card and debit card numbers. According to the state police, none of the social security card numbers and the 16,000 of the exposed card numbers were encrypted. This meant that they were fully exposed. Tom Berry, the spokesperson for the state law enforcement division at the time, said that the hacker used a foreign IP address to gain access to the data, masking their true location and possibly indicating a foreign actor. In response to that, the state paid out $12 million for identity theft protection and credit monitoring for its residents. As for the investigation, it's still ongoing even in 2024. Mark Keogh, the current chief of the state law enforcement division, was questioned by Senator Brad Hutto. Keogh admitted they know the hacker's identity, but refused to provide further details, including whether South Carolina paid a ransom or not. Keogh stated that while he won't lie, he won't be completely transparent about the investigation. The reason for his lack of transparency remains unclear, but one thing is certain: the SCDOR's breach significantly affected taxpayers. One reason is data. Government agencies store a lot of sensitive information, from citizens' names, addresses, and phone numbers to their social security numbers. These are very valuable to cybercriminals because they can either use it for scams or sell them on the dark web. Another reason is weak security due to tight budgets. According to a survey done by Public Technology Institute, 64% of local government IT executives said their government agencies had inadequate budgets for cybersecurity. Also, The survey revealed that local government IT executives were not confident to even ask government officials for more cybersecurity budget because they will likely be rejected. This is because state governments generally operate with limited financial resources, which are stretched thin and must compete with other urgent needs like education, social services, and community development projects. So, the lack of funding for cybersecurity is a key reason why cybercriminals can target local governments agencies successfully. So, the lack of funding for cybersecurity is a key reason why cybercriminals can target local government agencies successfully. One way to protect yourself is by setting up a fraud alert and freezing your credit. This is crucial if your information is a part of a state government data breach, which hackers can use for fraud, kind of like credit card frauds. For fraud alerts, you need to contact one of the 3 credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. Here are the contact details. The credit bureau that you contact will notify other credit bureaus about the fraud alert. You can also do this through their website, and I'll put the links in the description below. To freeze your credit, call and ask all 3 credit bureaus. Once your credit is frozen, fraudsters won't be able to open new credit accounts under your name or access credit reports without your approval. Additionally, ask your credit card company to alert you when they detect any suspicious activity or charges on your credit card. You can also request to cancel your compromised card and get a new one. Even better, if your credit card company offers virtual credit cards, switch all your accounts to virtual credit cards to prevent unexpected charges from unknown vendors. As I mentioned, cybercriminals can also get your information from data brokers and people search sites, even without hacking a state government. So, it makes sense to remove your personal information from the internet as much as possible. Here's how. Visit www.MyDataRemoval.com and run the free scan to see where your data is showing up online. Use the free opt-out guides to remove your exposed data. Just follow the steps and check the list of data brokers and people search sites that might actually have your data. Remember, cybercriminals can target anyone, not just state government agencies. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.